Happy 4th of July, everyone. Happy Independence Day, whatever you want to call it. Hopefully you are celebrating with your loved ones, cracking open a beer, having a barbecue, doing whatever you want to. And then, like most people out there, I will also be celebrating today in my own special little way, because on Thursday we had our opportunity to celebrate our great nation up here in Canada as well with Canada Day, our equivalent, not quite as patriotic as some of the celebrations that are going on right now, but more of the more patriotic content will be on probably Monday, like most people out there. I'd imagine, you know what, if a holiday falls on a Sunday, you get the corresponding Monday off. So just like most of you guys, I'll be kicking back, relaxing today, but I couldn't let go without talking about at least something that is tangentially referential to what's going on with the two largest cities in the United States of America. And you guys know that New York and Chicago share something very much in common. Yes, very good, very competent mayors. I just about got through that. God damn it, so fucking close. No, they have two of the worst mayors, without a doubt, by far. Garcetti, you know what, he's trying real hard, or whoever's in charge of San Francisco right now, just fucking abominable people. But Lori Lightfoot and Bill de Blasio right now, oh my fucking god, don't make me laugh. Those two are right up there. They're 1 and 1A, but I think Lightfoot, if I'm to go ahead and rank everybody, Lightfoot's probably a bigger scumbag. De Blasio's just not self-aware whatsoever and super fucking incompetent. So we'll start there and then we'll work our way up. And then we got a little story that nobody's talking about right now because colors don't match up with what gets run with in the media. Bill de Blasio downplays New York City shootings and defends not hiring more cops despite Biden push. Because reasons. Hey, look it, guys. I can tell you that I'm doing a great job as mayor of New York City, but if you go and take a look at the numbers, it would actually prove that I'm not doing a very good job as mayor. So just go ahead and listen. Listen to what I have to say. Don't believe your lying eyes. Just listen to your ears being filled with propaganda. Mayor Bill de Blasio on Thursday downplayed the surge in shootings plaguing the city as he defended his decision to not hire more cops with $6 billion in federal COVID-19 relief. Yeah, imagine that. The fucking worst run cities get more money from this fucking COVID stimulus plan, but what did they do with it? I don't know. Probably hired another production assistant for his fucking worthless wife to produce that god-awful cooking show that she has. Yeah, $1 million salary for the fucking production staff that's over there. Money well spent. Money well fucking spent. Eric Adams can't come soon enough. Eric Adams? I think that's what his name is. Even though President Biden explicitly authorized such a move, yes, to use that $6 billion of COVID relief to hire more cops, because as there's more people at home sheltering in place, there's more crime. Oh, it's because there's fewer jobs and fewer opportunities. And then if the government would actually just get out of the way, you wouldn't be finding yourself in these spikes. But then at the same time, you'd have all the racial oh my god, we're going down quite a tunnel here. Anyways, de Blasio also falsely claimed that Biden's remarks weren't aimed at the Big Apple, even though gun violence across the city has spiked more than 40% this year, including the broad daylight shooting of a tourist in Times Square and 2 kids caught on camera ducking bullets in the Bronx. I didn't even hear about the shooting in Times Square, but in all honesty, who's really surprised at this point? Guess for all those people that used to miss the old New York City, it's fucking back in full force. He specified that certain cities that were dealing with challenges that are greater than ours, like what? Fucking Fallujah? What are we doing here, Bill? The White House source said that Bill de Blasio was incorrect. Oh, yeah, sucks to suck. You got called out by your boss, fruit. Cities like New York that are experiencing a spike in gun violence as a result of the pandemic, that doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever, but okay. We'll just roll with it. Otherwise, we'll be here for the rest of the day. Are eligible to use the money to hire additional police officers above a pre-pandemic baseline level to help address that. Yeah, it's for other cities that are experiencing crime spikes. Not ours, though. No, definitely not. The city's $98.7 billion city budget for fiscal year of 2022, adopted Wednesday, added just $200 million to the New York Police Department's budget, which last year was slashed by $1 billion amid demands by protesters to defund the police. No, I've been told by Jen Psaki and the rest of the White House administration that it's Republicans who are defunding the police, not incompetent assholes like Bill de Blasio. But maybe he's a Republican. I don't know. It hasn't made reference to if he's a Democrat or not yet. Last week, Biden said the White House was providing more guidance to help him up the stairs. To local governments on how they could spend the $350 billion doled out through his American Rescue Plan. Yes, rescue them from Democratic mayors, including to help reduce crime and address the root cause. Systemic racism? Like, if we're taking money from Biden, he believes, I think, most of the stuff. He at least talks about it. For example, cities experiencing an increase in gun violence are able to use the American Rescue Plan dollars to hire police officers needed for community policing and to pay their overtime, muttered Biden into his oatmeal. Following de Blasio's news conference, the Post asked City Hall which certain cities the mayor was referring to, and noted that New York Police Department statistics show that shootings this year have increased 42.7% through June 27th compared to the same period last year. Perhaps he's referring to Chicago, as Lightfoot says crime is on the decline. Well, it actually surges in her city. She's a smart lady. Numbers are hard, and they're probably racist too, so I forgive her for this one. Well, data shows nearly 200 more people have been shot this year in Chicago than last year at the same time. That's significantly better, so maybe de Blasio was pointing to that. She's a very homely woman. Democrat Mayor Lori Lightfoot claimed during a Friday press conference that crime is on the decline. Here in Chicago, 1,587 people were shot, according to most recent data from the Chicago Tribune. Likewise, records obtained by the Chicago Sun-Times indicate a surge in violent crime. Last week, the Sun-Times reported Chicago has seen 317 homicides compared to 302. At the same time last year, Chicago had 775 homicides in 2020, according to the data compiled by the Sun-Times, a 55% spike from the year prior. Still, Lightfoot has attempted to conceal this reality to the public and tell them the opposite. All our major indices show a decline in our crime. What fucking indices? Oh my god, on what fucking planet is that a decrease? I don't know. I don't get it. But right. Science is racist or something. I forget. Or perhaps she only takes mathematic advice from minority professors. Who knows? A reporter asked whether off-the-charts violent crime in the city of Chicago is leading to business closures and what Lightfoot thinks about the notion she has lost control of her city. She probably threw something at this reporter, but let's say a premise of your question, which is it's chaos everywhere. The fact of the matter is, sir, which you also didn't point out, but I will get to this straight. We are actually seeing a decline in homicides and shootings. Yes, sir. Oh no, we're actually not. 317 over 302. 200 more people have been shot. So that's 1,400 up to 1,600. That's not down in any metric I can think of. The answer is too many guns. Oh, too many illegal guns in wrong hands. I see. That's the problem. Hopefully you get to the bottom of that, like instituting some really restrictive gun control measures within your city. Oh, you already have those? Oh, fuck. Keep blaming criminals. Don't do anything about the criminals. Just keep blaming them, though. This past weekend was Chicago's bloodiest of the year, with shootings leaving 63 people injured and 3 dead. In the state that became the first to abolish cash bail in February, it's gone swimmingly so far. On Monday, Chicago Police Department Superintendent David Brown told reporters at a press conference that criminals are being let loose and they are committing additional crimes. What are you going to do about it? Don't know. No cash bail. Sucks to suck. Number 2. Too many violent offenders released back into our communities here in Chicago, and too little consequences, ultimately, for violent offenders who are arrested, charged, and brought before the courts. Yeah. Imagine that. Places with strictest gun control, with strictest laws, tend to be the places with the most criminals and the most crime. and that bad people will always commit the crime that they intend to commit, regardless of the methods that they can use to carry it out. Because if guns weren't there, stabbings would be on the rise. I think we can pretty much agree with that. And if there were no knives in that dystopian world that they want, you'd have more trucks of peace. Literally, we could just continue to go down there until people start stabbing each other with fucking broken CDs. No, you should really get to the bottom of this, but yeah, no, you're too busy probably, I don't know, booking a fucking haircut, Lightfoot. But yeah, New York sucks, Chicago sucks, and this story sucks. Unarmed Hunter Brittain was killed by police, but unfortunately for his family, yes, he was white. You probably didn't hear about this. I didn't hear about this, but that's the reason why I like to do these little dives and see what the fuck goes on, because this one sucks and we don't really have all the information out there, but from all accounts, they're gonna have to find some fucking information on this one because there's some unanswered questions. Chances are you haven't heard about 17-year-old Hunter Brittain, who, despite being unarmed, was shot dead by police during a traffic stop. Okay. Now, if you listen close enough, you should be able to hear the protests out there for the Black Lives Matter, because they're against police brutality. But, oh, wait, no. Oh, they're just yelling that America's a racist place because Independence Day. Not that this kid was unarmed and was doing nothing that would suggest, and in fact, trying to keep the officer pulling him over safe. It's not that he wasn't... Oh, that this isn't shocking or a tragic story, but there has been a complete national media blackout on the incident because, unfortunately for Brittain's family, they're all white. Exactly. Brittain was pulled over in the middle of the night last week in Cabot, Arkansas, for reasons that remain unclear. According to the 16-year-old Jordan King, who was in the vehicle with Brittain, the truck was having gear trouble and would not remain in park. Ugh. So Brittain exited to place a container behind the tire in order to keep it from backing up into the squad car. Again, just like that John Hurley story. Okay, he was trying to do something good. Okay, the cop pulled him over and he's like, listen, I gotta go put something underneath my tire. We don't even know if he told the officer that, but I can see where this is potentially going. Okay, he didn't mention anything, but he went to go put something under the tire. Perhaps some idiot cop thought, oh yeah, he's going to be reaching into the back of his vehicle and he's going to be pulling out a gun to shoot me, so I better get ahead of this one. I don't know, but I thought white privilege was supposed to override that, and he would have clearly seen, because that kid right there, there are no ethnic looks there whatsoever. Even his last name is a colonizer, so there's no misconstruing this kid as being anything but 100% Elizabeth Warren. But the story continues. That's when deputy fired at Brittain, striking him in the neck. Good shot, I guess. That sucks. King said he had never heard the officer command Brittain to halt or return inside the truck. An investigation is underway. I would love to see body cam footage on this one, because from the eyewitness account, that seems 100%, 1000% unjustified. Like, there's no way you could fucking read anything else into it. Despite being one of those unarmed police shooting deaths that's so often aroused by the media, neither the New York Times, Washington Post has done a single piece of reporting on the incident. Nothing from CNN or MSNBC, because you wouldn't expect any of it from there. Democracy dies in darkness, and so do unarmed white kids. Despite being... just 2 days after Brittain's death, 23-year-old Dimitri Lanahan, yeah, sounds like a gangbanger, was also shot dead by police near Fairbanks, Alaska. I retract my previous very facetious statement. After brandishing a fake gun. Oh yes, just like the kid that was also shot in his front yard, but also brandishing a fake gun. That one you can understand a little bit more because, yeah, fake gun and all, but still, come on, we gotta be fair on this. He was white too, so you likely hadn't heard about that one either. At least 7 other unarmed white people have been killed by police this year, according to the Washington Post database, a database that users have to search through should not be confused with reporting on, writing on, and giving substantiated attention to individual incidences. Those lives apparently don't matter as much. No, of course not, because they got white privilege and shit, even though they were unarmed and shot. Okay, the cognitive dissonance is really kicking in on this one. Admittedly, all the facts aren't yet known around the circumstances of Brittain's death. Did he charge at the officer? Did the officer hold a reasonable belief that the safety or the safety of others at work? Maybe we'll find out when the investigation is complete. Yeah, exactly. It's Small town Arkansas, I don't necessarily know if they have body cameras. It's really impossible to do any checking because, yeah, like the Federalist is pointing out here, nobody's reporting on this story, and that's why I had to bring it up because, Lori Lightfoot can blame everything on racism, or Bill de Blasio can do just the same, but you see an injustice like that happen, something that could be 100% avoided, it goes uncovered, okay? And because there's no way to spin this that makes it look good for any media narrative out there, nobody talks about it. Okay? We can laugh at de Blasio. We can laugh at Lightfoot and cringe at the same time for both. But all in all, there's probably stories like this out there as well that should be discussed over the ridiculous behaviors of a couple of unchained tyrants up there at the top, and two of the most prodigious cities in all of North America. But speaking of mass injustice, we got to talk about, you know it, Bill Cosby after this. And I've been sitting on this one for a while, waiting for it to percolate, and could be interesting. So if you want to stick around for that, I would definitely appreciate it. And with that said, I thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.